Here at number 30, it is Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. Really quick because why? This is gonna be like a better example. I'm excited for the game, but I don't know much about the first game. That got me pumped for it because it was by Studio Ghibli, which this one is as well. But the thing is, I'm not too sure about it because yes, I'm gonna most likely like it, but I don't think I'm as hyped as this game is for the other ones. And remember, this is a top 30 list, not like 10 or 20. I was really biased between a few of the entries for number like 30 to 21, so that's why I made an extra list. So I don't know, that's just me personally. But for this one, it's interesting, but I'm pretty sure once I know more releases later on in the year, it might get even lower. But as of right now, it's number 30 on the list. Alright, so Yakuza 0, or Yakuza 0, depending how you want to say it. I'm excited for it, I really am, but like it barely was ahead, in my opinion, than Yakuza or Yakuza Kiwami, because that's the remake of the original, and I haven't played the original. Neither have I played the second one, and this is 0 before the original, which it makes sense to release this and the original, not at the same time, I would say, but around then the announcements of them being happening. So Kiwami is later on this year. I know that it's an honorable mention, by the way, this one, and I know about 6 and the rest, but still, it just intrigues me. I'm not as excited for it because it was kind of like a tie kind of thing for me. But I picked this one because it's a brand new game, and yes, it'll be interesting. But I'm a little bit more interested maybe in Kiwami. But I know you're probably like, well, it should be on the list. Well, maybe, but maybe I might be too hyped for it. It might even be like, hey, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. But anyways, it's Yakuza or Yakuza 0, okay? Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or Biohazard Resident Evil 7, or no, Biohazard 7 Resident Evil, whatever. So, the thing is with this one, I am a teeny bit excited for it, like, duh. I liked for what I played the demo, but you can go check it out on the channel if you want, and it's interesting, but I'm not the biggest fan of Resident Evil. I'm not really the biggest fan of horror games. I've been trying to slowly play some of them. I'm mostly getting into more of Fatal Frame, but Resident Evil's been like this thing that like I always want to only play 4, 5, and 6. I know, like, oh my god, that's the worst, 5 and 6, or just 6. I get it, but I don't know. I just always had that mind aspect of only playing those 3, and I played like more of the third one, more of the 5th one, the 4th one, and 6, or maybe it was like 6 and then 4th. I don't know, but truly, I don't know. Just I'm excited for it, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know. It's just be like a new twist for me, new change, of course. I know the biggest thing going for it is the first person aspect of the game. We have to see how that turns out, including the VR, which I know is going to be like stoked for like a lot of horror fans. But for me, I'm not really going to ever touch VR for that. Anyways, and plus VR is $400 right now. So I mean, no, maybe like price drops to like 100 or something, maybe. But the thing is, I don't even have a Kinect yet. But anyways, I'll see you guys all for the next entry. Alright, so this one is Pikmin for 3DS. That's literally the title of what we got. The name hasn't been revealed yet, just like a bunch of other Nintendo games that they don't announce the name until way later on, like Zelda Wii U. We finally got Breath of the Wild. And yes, by the way, spoilers, that is on the list, later on. Up high. Anyways, well, not as high as you would thought, but whatever. Anyways, this is Pikmin. So, I am a Pikmin fan. I've been a Pikmin fan since the original Pikmin game, and before it even became, like, mainstream on Nintendo, or for Nintendo, whatever. I liked them games. I've only played the first one, never had the second one, same with the third one, and the third one came out, and of course, I maybe get the second one at some point, and I own every single version of Pikmin. Yes, I do. And, yes, I'm excited for Pikmin 3DS. No idea, of course, it's not like any other Pikmin game. This one's a 2D platformer of some kind with Pikmin elements, which is fun. Well, it looks fun. I'm hoping it's fun. And that's what really makes me interested. But the thing is, I don't know. It kind of like, it stokes me, and then I like not as hyped because it's not a regular Pikmin game. it kind of reminds me of that Chibi Robo Ziplash kind of feeling. That's not a bad thing. It's just that I just felt like it was a 3D change, just like they did with Chibi Robo, which I wasn't really expecting. So I don't know. We just have to wait and see for how Pikmin 3DS turns out, and for sure we're gonna get the official name at the end of the year, which hopefully you guys see at my 2017 video games of the year or whatever list. All right, okay. Persona 5, I just have to say, the only thing that's extremely interesting for me in this one is the whole game. It's like that black and red feeling of a theme, which I like. I really like, because of course I'm, my favorite colors, and I like it a lot. But the thing is, I don't really know much of this franchise as much, other than it's one of the biggest RPGs that I'm aware of for this company, Atlas. And I own the 4th and the 3rd, not the 1st or the 2nd. And I own the fighting games, so 2 fighting games, and that's it. I don't own any other games for the Persona games, Persona like at all. So I'm looking forward to Persona 5, but I'm not like, oh hey, I'm gonna go buy day one. I'm gonna think about it, see how it turns out, see how people other than that, likes it. But the thing is, I haven't even played really Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE, which was on the Wii U, and that's by Shin Megami Tensei and Nintendo that worked on it with Atlas, So I don't know how it's gonna really turn out. So I mean, it looks fun, but I don't know. I'm so used to that whole Persona 4 feeling, especially with Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. So, anyways, yeah, that's Persona 5. I'm kind of looking forward to it. So when We Happy Few was announced and showing off, the first time I saw it, I thought it was like Fallout or something like that, or maybe not BioShock. Well, maybe BioShock a little bit, but Borderlands or something. I don't know. It just reminded me of those 3 games, and I just like so surprised. I was like, oh god, hey look, it's by Xbox, like Microsoft. I was like, oh, let's see what they got. And this one actually looks very interesting. I mean, I was very interested, like I just said, in the E3 announcement trailers, and it just looked interesting. It was like one of the most biggest things for me, to talk about during the time. And I didn't have a discussion thing yet, so yeah. After realizing, after a whole, not like 6 months later, whatever, Scalebound and Cuphead and a little bit more are kind of like higher, which yes, those are 2 spoilers too. And I don't know, We Happy Few just has that different kind of vibe and just totally different like way of thinking. I know what it's for. It's kind of like Laughing Gas in a way, but like evil Laughing Gas, like, oh, this is real and this is bad and all that stuff. I don't know, happy pills. So maybe you're psycho, maybe they're all psycho, who knows really. That's what makes it interesting for me. So I was already expecting a new Gears of War, God of War, sorry, the same initials kind of thing still, I don't know. So everyone was already expecting this, and for the God of War franchise, of course, no one was really expecting what we saw. So Kratos is an old-looking man. So it has the same kind of markings from the original God of War that we all are aware of. But he has like a beard. He looks like a dad because he is a dad, because it looks like he has this little kid with him. I have no idea what's his name. But if you don't know, in the original God of War, he doesn't have a son. He has a daughter and a wife. And long story short, he becomes a God of War and he kills everybody in his every ever after, basically. And this is a reboot, as it seems. It's just called God of War, which I'm not going to be calling it just God of War. I'll be calling it the fan-made name for this game. It is called the Dad of War. So, Dad of War. Well, what do I think of it? It looks interesting. It reminds me a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn, and like, I don't know, it just reminds me of that a little bit, and it's just, I don't know, so unexpected. My phone goes off, but so unexpected. So, I don't know, we just have to wait and see for that one, but yeah, Dad of War, God of War, whatever. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. No lie, I spoke to so many freaking people, and they like sales-wise, and they have to actually say it like, like you're trying to sell it, because I work at GameStop right now, and I have to say it, butthole, because I can't say butthole like it was regular butthole, the fractured butthole. It like you had to kind of like separate it in a way, saying those two words, because you can't combine it. That's what they don't want you to do. But you know, like there's some names like Inglorious Bastards. That's literally the title of a movie. You just have to say it normally. But Ubisoft, you know, made it as in you have to say it. The fractured butthole. Yeah, you can say fractured butthole if you want to, but I'm just saying that's right. But anyways, regardless from the freaking name, which is kind of hilarious. I'm excited for it. I was not excited for the original release of Stick of Truth. I was not a big fan of South Park, and I'm still ain't the biggest fan. But the thing is, with the game, it found out it was like one of the best games of the year for that year, and I missed out. I eventually bought it like a year later on PS3, and I haven't really played it yet. But what everyone I know has played that game is not even to an RPG, has been pretty liking it. So I'm actually kind of excited to see how, you know, Fractured Butthole kind of like treats it. See if it keeps continuing off those Stick of Truth vibes, like, or if it gets better, or does it get worse and just stays kind of stale. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that. I'm actually very happy for this entry. Parappa the Rapper. I don't know why I like saying his name. He's actually one of my favorite characters in PlayStation, also as Battle Royale, but I never actually played his original game. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. But no, I've actually seriously have never played his original game, and I'm actually kind of excited for the remastering of that original game on the PS4. I have played the demo. I have played it. It's also, I think, on YouTube, on the YouTube channel here, Clean Shadow. I think. If it's not, then damn stupid. It should be, but if it's not, I'll fix that eventually. It's a rhythm like story kind of game, and it's pretty fun. I mean, I can see the difference in how fun and hard it could be, and I know about the sequel, and of course that's it. I mean, I know there is a PSP remake or re-release or whatever. I own that, but my PSP doesn't work. So, like I said, I'm very excited for this entry, but I don't know. I'm not that excited. Like, I have to know how much it is and all that, so I don't know. It's not like a remastering. It's like Crash Bandicoot, which we'll get later on. But still, I'm just saying, Parappa the Rapper. All right, so Death Stranding. I'm not the biggest fan of. And I'm not trying to be like rude or anything. I'm just trying to be honest, like to let you guys know, of Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid franchise. Listen. I've like never really played them, and the only reason I found out about Hideo Kojima or Metal Gear Solid in the last few years of YouTube gaming and all that stuff, I've learned of how like great the franchise is. But I've never truly like experienced any of them. The only one I probably experienced what I kind of really liked a lot was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is not even a proper Metal Gear Solid game. And yeah, you could say, oh yeah, there's Metal Gear Solid, and Acid, and whatever else. But truly, I've never really played any other Metal Gear Solid games. But regardless from that, Hideo Kojima, I've realized that yeah, he's one of the veterans for gaming. I've realized that nowadays, and I'm not gonna lie, this new game does look promising. Maybe by playing this game, by see how it really is, of course, whenever that does come out, hopefully this year, like 2017, it lures me in to play the other games he's made. I mean, I'm aware of like Zone of the Enders and stuff. I own those, but I'm saying like as in Metal Gear, we'll see.
Chaos Control!